The search and rescue efforts are ongoing, but they've been hampered the last day or two by heavy rain. It's the monsoon season here, and the in tropical downpours that can hit without warning are fairly intense and fairly heavy, and they make it difficult to work in picking through debris and rubble. Even if there's a lot of it, it's fairly painstaking. You need to be careful if there are any survivors or people underneath. You can't just pull and drag and move all the material away quickly, because for fear you might injure or jeopardize somebody who might be still alive under the rubble. The areas that have been hard to reach, that most of them have been accessed by now, it seems. There are about 154 people listed as missing, according to the latest figures given by the authorities here. So at this stage, given that it's a few days since the disaster hit, the prospects of finding any of those missing people alive seem to be receding, sadly.
And Simon, we keep hearing about the possibility of another tsunami. How concerned are people there that this could happen again, just completely out of the blue?
Yes, very much so. The volcano Anak Krakatau in the Sunda Strait, between the two coastlines that were hit by the wave on Saturday night, that continues to erupt. It's been erupting since June. The tsunami that happened on Saturday night was caused by one of the sides of the volcano slumping into the sea, and in turn generating the wave. That could happen again very quickly. It took 24 minutes from when the landslide happened to when the waves hit on Saturday night. So that's very little time, even if people do know that a landslide has happened, for anybody to get away from the coast. People have been told since last night to keep away from the coastal areas. But that again shows the difficulty with the rescue operation, because obviously rescue workers need to be in the affected areas which are along the coast, and they are vulnerable in case of another eruption or landslide that could cause a tsunami.
Mm-hmm. Simon, talk to us, if you can, about the conditions that people are living in right now. We're looking at these images of homes and buildings that are just completely demolished.
The people who have been displaced by the disaster, they number about 16,000. The number of buildings destroyed is almost 1,000. The facilities such as community buildings and mosques, which are away from the coastline, are sufficiently elevated to allow people to gather there safely. Those are being used, but as I mentioned, it's the rainy season, and it makes it very, very difficult for people to gather as a group in a small area in an enclosed space such as a community building or a mosque, and it makes getting provisions to them more difficult as well. The roads blocked with debris, and with the continuing concerns about getting along the coastal roads due to the possibility of another eruption.